Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel, and if you're new, welcome to my channel. If you guys follow my Instagram, you'll know that I finally got the replacement fuel pressure regulator. We had problems with the old one. It has a boost reference port right here, and the diaphragm or seal or whatever is on the inside failed, and fuel was spraying out of this. I don't have boost, so it says the vent to atmosphere. But anyway, so this is the new one, and everything's already set up, fortunately, so we can just put it back in, and hopefully this time it works. So I'm gonna do that right now. Covered the hoses up and nothing got in there. So we're gonna just verify that I'm hooking this up right. No, I can't say I know. Pretty darn sure I did, but we're gonna put both of these ends into a water bottle and make sure I'm getting the right feed. It would make sense that the bigger one is the feed and the smaller one is the return, but before I go and hook it up wrong, I'm just gonna double check. Nothing wrong with double checking. Yep, it is hooked up correctly. Alrighty, let's try this again. The feed goes in through the side, return out the bottom. Okay. Damn it. There we go. We'll just loosely hook everything up and then tighten it down once it's mounted to the wall. Right. Yeah. Alright, everything's snugged up. Alright, round two. Yeah, we're ready to fire this thing up, or at least try. I'm going to set you guys up on the tripod this time, just in case it happens again. You guys will see what I was talking about. It's kind of crazy, but I'm going to get this set up and then I'll hop in the truck. decals if you guys are interested. Not Chewy's, but mine. Mine are for sale. Chewy's, you have to get something ported by him, which he is the one that did the porting on the intake on this guy. My heads were already ported. They're CNC ported. He does, however, port heads, so check him out if you want something ported. Guys, it feels so good to be back in this thing, and it's actually running. I'm not just sitting here daydreaming about it. It is actually running. It's a little rich. I said that in my last video when I actually did hook it up with the Corvette fuel filter to get the 58 PSI, because the Corvette fuel filters have an internal regulator. But anyway, when I drove it, the engine light came on, we checked it, it said system too rich, so I'm not going to drive it, but I am letting it warm up. I'm going to check all the exhaust primaries, make sure they're all pretty damn close to each other as far as temperature goes. That way we know the injectors are all firing good and everything's burning okay. Yeah, this is pretty exciting. And now that I know this thing works, I'm going to tell you guys some big news. I scheduled my tune finally, but the bad news is it's next month. It is the 18th of January. It is a dyno tune. It's on a Friday. I took the day off, so hopefully I can go there and they'll let me film it. I'm sure they won't have a problem with it, but I gotta ask them first. But regardless, this thing will be tuned and ripping around the 18th after they're done with it. So I'm really excited about that. Kind of a bummer we have to wait that long, but that's what you get for dragging your feet, I suppose. That's my bad, but it's gonna be good when it's all said and done. And I'm really excited to see what it puts down to the wheels. The engine probably makes a lot of power, but because I have huge tires, 35s, and they're heavy, it probably won't put that much down to the ground. Definitely more than a 5.3 would. But regardless, it's going to be a fun truck to drive and hopefully hurt a couple feelings along the way. Yeah, you can tell it needs a tune for sure. It's not sure what to do with all this extra fuel and the milled ported heads. That's where the fuel got all over the tires. They're going to need a good scrubbing, some back to black or something. So this is an instance where it pays to keep stuff. I had bought this fitting a long time ago, before there was anything done to the 5.3 back in the day. I think I just lifted it and had an air intake on it and an exhaust. So anyway, this is from Glow Shift. This screws on to the Schrader valve port on the fuel rail, and then it has pipe thread for a fuel pressure gauge. I know the fuel pressure regulator has a gauge on it, but I want to get another gauge and stick it on the rail and make sure that it also has the same pressure. That way we just know we're positive. So I'm going to go to tune it that there's no problems. If the guy needs to adjust anything, he'll know exactly how much pressure is in the rails and at the regulator. So if anything needs to be adjusted, it'll be easy to do. So this fuel pressure regulator seemed like it worked just fine. I did notice it's weeping out of the threads for the pressure gauge. So I'll have to get some Teflon tape that's gas rated. Don't use normal white Teflon tape. I guess the gasoline just breaks it up and it'll flow through your lines. You get stuck in an injector or something, which you do not want. But anyway, so yeah, I'm gonna do that. But yeah, so I guess the other one I got just happened to be a bad unit, because on Summit it has 4.5 star rating, which I think is pretty good. That's 9 out of 10. So I just happened to get a lemon, a bad piece, but now we got the good one. Like I said in the last video, Summit probably would, and they did replace it. It was very easy, and the lady was able to look up my info and send me out one, and they even gave me a prepaid slip to send this one back. So that was really cool. That's why I buy from Summit, because they not only have probably the best prices around, the customer service is awesome. So a really cool thing about getting the 6.0 finally wrapped up and everything's set in stone, we'll be able to work on the green truck, get the 5.3 going finally. It needs a little loving, but it's going to be a pretty stout truck when it's all done. If you have not seen these videos, I have a playlist put together of all the videos of this, pulling the old 350 out, hooking up the fuel rails, putting the 5.3 in and out, in a couple times. So yeah, follow along for that if you're interested. So back to the whole dyno situation. Like I said, they're only open during the week, so I had to take a day off, which is a Friday, the 18th. One of my friends, who's actually a subscriber I met out here, has a Duramax, the one that welded the throttle cable bracket for me on the TBSS intake swap. There we go. He is going to help me get a trailer, which I have access to, which I've used in the past. You guys have seen. We're gonna go pick it up, come here, load the truck up, take it down there, and hopefully see some pretty good numbers out of this thing. I'm hoping to see 380 at the wheels. I know they're pretty big tires. If I had a stock set, I'd throw them on just to see, you know, what it would do. But I mean, it's re-geared for the tire size. It's just the 35s are really heavy, so we'll see. Maybe I'm shooting kind of high, but I mean, it's a 6.0 LQ4 dished pistons, but it's got milled 799 heads. They're ported 3-ankle valve job, a ported intake manifold, 90mm throttle body, 8.1 injectors, Texas Speed Stage 4 truck cam, 1 7/8 Cook headers, catless white pipe, and it's tuned right now, but it's not tuned for the setup. It's tuned for the old setup. It was just stock 799 heads, which they're put away, but almost grenaded on me. If you guys remember that video, or if you're new, what happened was the valve guys completely were shot. I don't know if I bought them that way or if they just prematurely wore out that way. Either way, they're no good, and I definitely dodged a bullet by taking them off. I didn't know they were going bad. I just happened to be taking them off to put on my ported heads, and I found that, so I was like, whew, that was close. All right, so anyway, we're going to, you know, hold out till the 18th for a tune for this thing. That's going to be a pretty big day for this truck. It's come a long way. It's been sitting since the weekend before my wedding, which was in September. So it's been September. No, wait, we're going the wrong way. August, September, October, November, December. 4 months. It's been 3-4 months. It's been sitting. Yeah, I am ready to drive it. I'll tell you what. I mean, I enjoy the Honda because it gets 40 miles a gallon, but I definitely miss driving my truck. So yeah, we're excited about that. And maybe in the meantime, I could put a couple videos together of the green truck. I don't know. We'll see. But until then, thank you guys for all the support. Like, we got decals. I said that a couple clips ago. If you want any, hit me up on here or on Instagram. Or in here, it's kind of weird, the little community post thing. I'm not sure. Anyway, there's info there. Hit me up on Instagram. $5 out the door. Or if you want 2, I'll do 2 for $8. And then yeah, thanks for stopping in, and I'll see you guys next time.